help out.
See that rainbow?
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna get in this thing and unload it, Jacob. Hey, Jake.
What's going on?
We're putting in water to one of the cabins today.
Really?
Yeah, well, we're starting on it.
Like one of the dry cabins is getting water today?
Yeah. Rainbow. Good sign. You know what that means?
No.
It's raining somewhere. Okay. Let me move this back just a little more.
Put up the ramps.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
You bet.
For all the help.
Anytime. Wow, look at all the nettles. God, those look delicious. Oh my God. These are, I've got to harvest them. Oh my God, they are the healthiest things in the entire world. They are so full of iron and energy. Woo! I've hit the mother lode of the world's best vegetables right here. You know what's so cool about them? There's no caterpillars on them. If you knock them down, they grow really good, and when they grow in the spring, they're really nutritious. But then when they get about this tall, the butterflies lay eggs on them, and the caterpillars start eating them, and they get all full of holes and tough. But when they come up this time of year, there are no caterpillars on them. You see a few. There's a few with holes on them, but mostly these here are just escaped. And these little tops here, you pick them about this big. You throw them in water, steam them, put a little homemade butter on them. This is health. Exciting day.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because I've always wanted to know how the water and everything got installed here. When you got water, and how water even works in a place that's not city, you know?
So, yeah, I can tell you more about that. It's, we got water in 1952.
In 1952?
Yeah, Dad found a spring up there. That's the whole reason he built here.
Really?
Was it was close enough to the beach for coal and for fish. Close enough to the hills for moose and wild game. Downhill from a water spring so he could get gravity water because we didn't have electricity and pumps. And so it was centrally located and surrounded by forests, so he had all the firewood he wanted. So that, and then there was enough open meadows so he could have his horse and his cow and get grass. So it was chosen. But anyway, 52, he dug a ditch down here with an angle blade on a dozer. There was no excavators in those days. There was barely steam shovels in those days. There was dozers, and all they had was cable blades. Cable picked them up. They didn't have hydraulics in those days. It was a long time ago. Yeah. So they dug a ditch down here, and they bought some 3/4 inch galvanized water line. After the war, supplies were plentiful, steel and aluminum. They weren't building ships and airplanes as much anymore, so there was a boom after the war. And so lots of babies, lots of growth, lots of happening. So we got water and me in 1952, and he buried a water line here. Before that, we had running water. And the old style running water was pick up a bucket and run to the spring.
Wow, that's crazy.
We always had running water of one type or another. But before the water line, they used to have to take 5-gallon buckets and walk all the way up here, all the way up there. You can see way past that old dozer sitting in the field.
Will we be able to show them the water spring?
Maybe if they behave, I'll show them where it is. Maybe not. But so. I more or less remember where the water line is here. Going to do a little bit of figuring, a little bit of thinking, and then we're going to dig down, and then we're going to try to find a water line without ripping it apart with the excavator. That's the ideal. Is right now I've got the excavator here, and we can get up bright and early and get an early start. That's
Sweet.
the plan. Originally, the water came pretty much from that dozer down, but it froze and cracked the steel line and corroded, so we had to put a new plastic line in, and we dug one of those trenchers, and we dug a new ditch. And you can see a line of these pushkis right there and there. There's a whole line where the ditch used to be. So the water line came pretty much right through, probably here. This pushki might be below one of them. It veered off here. Let me go in here and try to, I'm gonna walk through these. I'm gonna walk around so I don't disturb things too much and just see kind of, I'm gonna go into kind of mind history memory mode here and just see if I can trigger into my long time memory roughly where this water line went, or I might see some signs. And you might look like a jungle in here to you. Water line is roughly here somewhere, but it's higher up. I believe the water line came around the bottom of this hill. It came right about through here. Used to be a tree there, and the little fountain was right there. Hang on, right there. When I got something here, I'm gonna mark this with. Look at here, I found a little ball. So when we come back tomorrow, I'm gonna mark this. Oh, look at here, there's something red. Oh man, it's a sign. It's a sign. It's very, very likely. Oh, good God, man. That is succulent. That is the very definition of succulent. My God, that's
pretty crazy.
Delicious. Yeah. So I would say, I'm gonna say the water line is right about in this area. I'm gonna put this little red thing here. Anyway, I'm gonna walk up this direction. Water line's gonna be right in this area here somewhere.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave this ball here. I'm gonna mark it tomorrow. Then when we find it, I'm gonna see, just as a game, I'm gonna see how accurate I was or wasn't. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go get some scissors and get me some nettles for dinner. So I think I'm gonna start digging a ditch right kind of down this way over towards those orange flags. That's where we're digging, right about there. I'm always a bit nervous when you first dig. It's kind of this moment of plunge, taking the plunge, and might hit the water line, might not hit the water line, I might totally miss it. It's like the scary moment of the initial step, but I gotta start somewhere, so I guess here I friggin' go. So Thad is here helping me for the family. What I'm gonna do here, Thad, is I'm gonna dig a little bit, and then I might have you jump down there and poke around and look and see if we can see any differences. There's been a garden here, so soil's been rototilled this deep, but below that there should be that brown earth, and it should be easy to tell if we can intercept a previous cut or a previous ditch. So if you might be jumping in and out of the ditch a few times, and I'll try to make it easy so you don't have to climb too hard. When you get a free moment, grab a ladder so we can jump in and out of the ditch too. I think that step ladder might be good enough. My God, that's some fertile soil. Okay, so we got the dark plant-loving soil. Now we're getting into the brown kind of inorganic soil we have around here. And I'm fairly certain we do not have, you see that line of dirt there, Thad? Yeah. There's really not much topsoil in this area. That black, dark brown is good nutrition, and that light brown stuff is just a bunch of volcanic ash, and it basically don't grow anything but horsetail and alders. Now what we're looking for is a vertical line or a change in that dirt. So if you see anything, then you got to holler. In fact, I can sometimes feel me hit a branch or something or a rock with this machine. I can actually feel it through the hydraulics. But you might also hear something or hear me hit something like a water line. It's nowhere near this shallow. It's fairly sure it's 4 feet deep. But I'm just doing this right now to try to locate it.
How wide is the vertical line we're looking for?
Well, there's one that was just done with a ditch witch about this wide with a chainsaw type thing. The original ditch was dug with a dozer, so there would be a substantial change. Just you can scrape the sidewalls a little bit, just see if there's anything you notice that's a vertical. I don't see anything there. Well,
this right here.
Go up on it. That might be it. And on the other side of the ditch, is there something on the right side of the ditch? Corresponding or not? Yeah, that's exactly the type of thing we look for. And Dad wound up,
Holy, that is
so Thad, Dad, because we did it wrong and we couldn't backfill properly, water got in up there and then it would go down here and run out there. And it undermined terribly, and he'd go through here and put coal ashes in here. So
Yeah.
this looks like no, you smell that, and then you smell that.
Yeah.
Completely different smell. Okay, so look at this. See this here? This is a vertical line right here and here. I mean, you can see that vertical line. This is filled up. That's just old sand or old ashes. And on this side of the trench also. So the water line comes right through here. Look at there, that earthworm knows where the water is. Yeah, I learned that from my dad. Dig a horizontal ditch here, and you can see the difference in the structure of the soil below it, and you can locate the ditch that way. So here we go. We're gonna keep digging. So Thad, what I need you to do is just, I'm gonna scrape, and then you're gonna dig, and then we're gonna scrape. So a lot of times what happens is I'll try to just scrape and you'll see something moving. You found the water line?
Yeah, it's like 1 inch tube.
Yeah? Oh, not in my boot, buddy.
My bad. You're a little bit froggier than I expected.
Yep. So there it is. We found the water line, and it was pretty much spot on. I think this is where I dropped the ball. So my time, space, energy was about right. So from here it goes on down that way and all the way up to the spring, and I'll go show you that in a minute, because I think it's important so that more people know where that water line is, so that when I get old and forgetful, somebody might know where it is. So this is, yeah, man, good work. Yeah, we came close here, huh? This is the depth we're gonna be at, and then we're gonna dive after this. So it looks to me like we're gonna clear this all out a little better. Hopefully we have room to work here. This ditch is wide enough, I think, to make this happen.
Gonna tee it from here or something?
We're gonna put in a T, and we're gonna jump up to 1 inch. So in case someday we put a 1 inch line in here, we already have that.
Oh yeah.
We're cutting a T in here, and we're gonna bury this water line 400 feet down there to that other cabin.
Oh, so you're gonna go T here to there.
We're gonna T here, this is the beginning, T here, shut-off valve, a hydrant, and from here on down, this is where we go. So this is the shut-off valve. It's gonna be here, like that. Then this is gonna be in here like this, Thad. And then this will be the water line going off down the ditch here. And another thing, we're gonna have trouble putting this piece in here without kinking this line. So I need you to dig about a foot that way and that way,
So we can move it.
or a foot and a half that way, so we have enough slack to go stick one end in and slip it around and put them together, okay? I want this to be sitting on very solid ground,
Yeah.
okay? So this is all gonna be hand dug here, and just whatever time we spend being careful here is gonna be great savings in not screwing other things up. So, but check this out. As you go up here, pretty much comes right down through here, and it just so happens to be there's this pushki plant here, but follow this up here now. You can see right here. See right here, you see this line of pushkis, that line, that line, that line. It's also following a little dip. Some reason it's more nutritious in there or something, but that is exactly where the water line is. We could get GPS and mark it, or we can just go by pushki marking. So what I'm gonna do next is run up there to the spring, and I'm gonna show you the spring box, the old spring box that my dad started. So try to imagine this, Jacob. All trees here, trees, bigger than those trees, 3 or 4 times. We had a forest here. All nothing but trees through here. Way up there is the spring. And so he cleared all of these trees out of the way, and that's what he built the houses out of. Dragged them down there with horses. And then there was stumps, and then he came in here with a dozer, about the size of mine up there, and he dug a ditch with a dozer all the way down here in the cut like this. Dozed it all out, buried the water line, and pushed it all back full.
Really?
Threaded it all together, 3/4 inch galvanized water pipe, and then from a stretch down, it was 1/2 inch from there on down. Voila, we had running water. Follow me, we'll go up there and check out the water tank next. Yeah, so we're following that line of pushkis right there. You can kind of see it. And then it peters out right here. You can see a difference in grass here again. Anyway. So about 3 or 4 years ago, we put in 10,000 gallons of water tank storage. We buried some tanks and then encased them in concrete. And Ivan was in charge of the project. I helped him a lot. Basically, we built us a damn bunker underground up here. So I'm going to show that to you. Go down, look at the valves, make sure all the valves are off, and then take you up to the spring, the old spring. So first stop is this subterranean water tank bunker down here. Going to run down there and I'll point some stuff out to you. I always think of Aladdin. Down, down, down in a deep dark cavern. Down we'll go and then we'll have him. Maybe there's a magic lamp down here. So water tanks right here, 4 water tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is open. Man, there's water down there somewhere. Oh, it's right here. So we got water coming in, and it comes in through each of these blue ones, okay? And they each got a float valve on them, so they fill up and then stop filling like a toilet tank. And then down below we got 2 inch out. 4 valves in, 4 valves out. We can isolate the tanks, we can bypass the tanks, any configuration. So the idea is we fill the tanks and then we bypass and we run off no tanks. Pretty cool setup here. Let me point this out, what he did. Kind of turn around here. So here you can see this tank, it's got a lid. There's the float valve. It's like a toilet tank, huh? Water comes in this pipe, comes from that valve, it's closed now. Okay, and these here pipes come up to a mechanical gauge. That one shows full, that one shows full. That one's not quite full. That one's full, that one's full. That one looks like it's maybe a little less than full. Anyway, manifold tank in. This one here is bypass. That goes straight down and that's out there. That's the out, that blue line goes out. And then each of these are from a tank. See, that valve is closed. This one's from the tank, it's closed. This one comes from the tank, it's closed. And this tank here, tank right here behind me, this one is open. So we got to do is close that little baby right now. Make sure all these valves are closed tight. Okay, all the valves are closed right now, including the bypass. Okay, let's get the hill back out of here. Yeah, so originally the water line just went down kind of right by that dozer and right on down. But to put this tank farm in, we found the line, cut into it, came over this way, and then went out. So it's all downhill. All the pipes had to go down. It's gravity, not pumped. So you don't need electricity to get water. It's a big deal. And you don't realize it. Every now and then we have a power outage. We still got water, still got heat. It's a real feeling of security. Okay, let's go up and check out the old family spring. Okay, about 25 years ago we rebuilt this spring, but this is going to take you to the site of the original Kilcher Homestead spring. And this used to be just a shallow depression here with water coming out of the hillside, and Dad dug a hole, a deep hole with a shovel. Then he put a wooden barrel in there and put the pipe in the wooden barrel and kind of made it all work. Oh, 20 years ago, we came in here with a bulldozer and got rid of all these trees. This is all second growth alders. This was just dirt. Dug a ditch, dug a hole, put a stainless tank down inside of here, put 18 layers of concrete blocks up. So it's real deep down in here. Check it out. There you go, way down the water. Woo!
You can hear it.
You can hear it.
So your dad just dug here until he found water?
No, there was water already trickling out of the hillside here. He just developed it. He contained it. He dug a well and then put clay around the bottom, so there was a pool, a pond here, a little pond, maybe 4 feet diameter. Then he stuck a wooden barrel in it. Then he put fence posts in and built a fence around it so the moose and animals wouldn't get in there. And so it was a spring, fenced off with poles with a wooden barrel down there, and then out of the wooden barrel went a pipe, 1,100 feet down to the house.
Wow.
He was pretty proud of that. So we've got to come in here and do a little more work. We got to cut these alders down. It's collapsed. We got to fill dirt in here. We'd like to get dirt back up to about this high, so it's never run out of things to do. Okay, let's go bury this water line. So here's the plan generally. This is going to go right in here.
Yeah.
Then the pipe is going to follow this side of the ditch down. This will be where the hydrant is. And so we're going to cut out enough now so that we have a little bit of slack, so that I dug out a little extra under here so we can push it down just a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It's spraying pretty good as it is. Okay, we struck water, folks. You going?
Yeah.
Damn, that's running pretty friggin' strong, ain't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here, can you help me put that in there? More? Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. And water's off. Ha. It's how we splice into a line. What's that, 5 gallons? Yeah. So the water pipe's gonna go all along this, in this tooth, Thad, and we're gonna put it in there and then come up top here and put topsoil in so we don't get a rock on the pipe at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're gonna do is, and then we're gonna put the hydrant on here. Okay, now I'm gonna have to get this as straight as I can get it. If you can move your hand for a minute. I'm just trying to turn it.
It looks good right now.
That's feeling pretty tight.
Yeah, it's starting to spin the other fitting, so I think you're good.
I'm gonna go another few degrees here.
Get it where you want it.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be good right about there.
Okay.
I like that. And I also like it sitting right here in the crotch of this thing. Okay, well, we're just about got the hydrant hooked up. Now we're gonna put the pipe on, start rolling the pipe down that ditch. Next step will be put another pipe, a drain pipe on the hydrant. It's a back drain. Go get a couple of loads of gravel from up the other end of the water line with the tractor and then start burying this thing. Making good progress. So back in the day when my daddy did this, it was 20-foot stretches of galvanized steel pipe. 1950, they probably had diesel engines in ships, but they might have still had steamships because after all, that's what Homer was built on, was coal. Okay, and now let's warm that up a little bit. Here, come this way with it. Okay, can you pot it on there at all? Oh man, good job. Okay, you can roll that down there a little ways. Hold on, we'll work as a team here.
Right.
So this is what you do now. You get this really good dirt from here.
Yeah.
Now wait, I'm getting this good dirt here, so there's no rocks in it. Sometimes I get from people they say this is a little bit overkill, but if you do it this way, you don't have to go back and do it again. And you can be sure when you backfill the ditch, there's not a big old rock is hitting it, and it's well hidden, and just it doesn't take that long, and it's worth the peace of mind. I hear my daddy saying, you know, Otto, it's just laziness, so it doesn't hurt for me. Besides, think about it. I'm getting exercise right now. Man, some people go to the friggin' gym to do this. That is how we bury the damn water line, baby. Okay, hi guys, keeping you updated. Thanks for tuning in again. We got the ditch dug to here. Next thing is hydrant here and a water valve. Next thing will be digging a ditch over here. Water and gray water come out right there. We're gonna dig a ditch out here for the gray water, ditch for the water line. Gray water goes that way, water line goes that way, and that's kind of the plan. So keeping you updated. Thanks for tuning in. In the name of doing a good job, and experience has shown that even in a city, they don't run the water line directly to your house. They do a curve, preferably a downhill curve, or do a J. That way, if there's any water running underground through the ditch, it goes down beyond your house, runs down, don't fill up your basement. So if you just put 2 and 2 together and you go, why does a ditch go down, around, and up? That's why. Careful where you're walking so it don't cave in on us. This is, this right down here is going to be where the hydrant is, and the hydrant and the shutoff valve and all that stuff. So what we're up to right now is putting the drain line in, because as soon as the drain line is, I can cover it up and start covering that up. Because part of this is digging a ditch in such a way I don't fall in a ditch while I'm digging the next ditch. It's part of it is covering up a ditch so then I can cross that ditch. So it's all a matter of logistics and what do you do first to get to, and I'll have it be most efficient. Of course, if I had an excavator with a 50-foot long stick, then I could just reach everywhere, right? But I can't. So just some people can scratch between their shoulder blades and some people can't. Okay, so folks, I'm glad you stayed with me this long. I know it's kind of long-winded, and another one of my little jobs turned bigger. Hopefully you learned something. You got to see some shortcuts. You got to deal with and understand some of the problems in logistics. This before that. We didn't do this. We're missing a part. Got to get a part. All those things that go into a working man's head. And it's all part of the process, and it's easy for the homeowner or the landowner or whoever to come by and go, how come you ain't done? Well, folks, you got to watch this firsthand. You get to come along on the whole trip. Now you know why it didn't just get done. So, see you around the corner. Love seeing you. Love being here, teaching things and explaining things to people. Come back and tell all your friends. Tune into that YouTube channel and subscribe. First person that gets me 100,000 views is going to get an overnight at one of my cabins. So let's get there. See you later.